I think it's very hard to raise critical questions about a tradition that people don't know anything about and have no stake in. It's as if you have to teach them the tradition, and then you have to teach them to be critical of the tradition, and that's a very funny thing to be doing. I mean, those of us who began raising critical questions had some relationship in advance to the tradition. Perhaps some of the areas that one can talk about with people who don't have a particular religious tradition that they know about or committed to is the way in which some of the broader cultural/religious images affect our self-understandings and senses of identity. In other words, whether or not one believes in God or is part of a tradition that has a God. Most of us are familiar with the Michelangelo painting of God touching Adam at the moment of creation, or we've seen a golden Bible in which God is depicted as a white male sitting up there in his throne in heaven. And so one can raise questions. What does it mean that even the God that most students don't believe in is male? If they don't believe in God, they don't believe in a male God. It's not that they don't believe in a female God. So what does it mean for our identity and self-understanding that we have these images? We were just talking about this in my liberation theology class today in relation to a white God and a white Christ. I mean, students see these paintings in museums, whether or not they're part of a particular tradition. So maybe that's one venue. But I agree that it's very tricky.